Hi everyone and welcome back. In this video, we'll use Elevar to set up our Facebook pixel tracking since Facebook doesn't have a pre-built container for this yet. If you were following along with the course videos, you will have something similar to this interface when you enter your Elevar dashboard. So on the right-hand side of the screen, click Add Destination and then select Facebook. When you first create the Facebook destination, it will start from this step. Here it is asking you to add your Facebook Pixel ID and conversion API token. If you are not sure from where to get a specific ID, you can simply hover above this question mark and go to this link. For example, here we have a quick guide that shows you how to get that ID. But for now, let's use these data. Here we ask you what kind of events that you want to send to Facebook. Do you want to customize the settings or go with best practices? So for us, we will be going with best practices here. Consent mode, since we don't have a consent mode, we'll select no. This step shows us if we want to send a product group or product as content type, which product ID we want to use within our Facebook pixel tracking. Here, if we just want to block a specific transactions from being sent to Facebook, if we have a subscription products, we can here say yes if we have it or no, and we can exclude them or include them with our orders for the Facebook pixel tracking. Lastly is the pre-built container. So here we can simply download the Facebook pre-built container based on the settings that we have just selected. So let's do that, which brings us actually to one of the Google Tag Manager features, which is the import option. Hit admin, import container, choose file. This is the file that we have just downloaded. Hit open. Under workspace, click on default workspace and hit that plus icon over here. Name it Facebook tracking setup and hit save. Always use the merge option here, because if you haven't used the merge option over here, what will happen is that anything that we have inside the JSON file or the file that we are currently importing will overwrite everything that you have in Google Tag Manager, will delete everything and replace it with what you have here. So you need always to hit the merge option. Scroll to the bottom. Here you can see that these are now added to your workspace, all of these variables, all of these tags and triggers. So let's hit add to workspace. As you can see here, there are so many changes or so many tags, triggers, and variables are now added to this GTM workspace. And these are all created by Elevar and are added automatically. They were inside the container file or the file that we just downloaded. If you also scrolled upwards, you can see that we are no longer in the default workspace. Instead, we are in this workspace, which is the Facebook tracking setup. And this is because we have choose to create a new Google Tag Manager workspace instead of working within the default workspace. Now let's go to the website, and using the Elevar Chrome extension, you can also track some elements, create some triggers and tags using it. So let's try this out. So here, just click on this plus icon over here and hit the click type. Let's choose to track this button. Confirm and save. Now let's create a Google Analytics 4 tag. So here, let's add the J4ID variable And then we can name this click shop products as an event name. We don't want to add any event parameters. And you can see that this is the tag name that was automatically generated based on the event name. You can leave it as is or change it if needed. So let's hit save. Save. You will see here that this tag is now created. So all what you need to do is just simply mark it, and I will load this to file. Hit save. And now go back to your Google Tag Manager container, hit admin, import, choose container file, and then let's see. This is the one that I have just downloaded. Let's use the same GTM workspace, which is the Facebook tracking setup. Mind that we are now like just clicked the default workspace and then selected the workspace that we have created. And then let's not forget to select merge, because as you can see here, while this is selected as overwrite, you can see that there are a couple of text triggers and variables marked as the stats will be deleted. But if we change it using the merge option, we will see that our tag and trigger will be added only. So let's hit add to workspace. And here is our tag and trigger. Now let's try preview these changes. So hit the preview button over here. This will open the Google Assistant window. Add your website and hit connect. Let's now click on the shop products button and go back to our preview mode. So upon clicking on the click event or trigger, we see that our test event have been triggered successfully and it is now fired. We can see that the trigger is working as expected using the Elevar Chrome extension. Additionally, if you clicked on the DL user data, you can see the Facebook tag is now firing over here. And if you visited a product page, we should be able to see the Facebook view item event firing or view content event firing on the product page. So here we can see that the Facebook product view tag have been fired. If we also clicked on the whole tab, we will see all the events or the tags firing that have fired on this page. So we can see that the two tags that we have just added using Elevar are now firing as expected. If you're also familiar with the Facebook Pixel Helper, you can also see that there are some other events that were triggered on the product page when you use the Facebook Pixel Helper. This is one of the tools that Facebook have created, so marketers and analysts can review their Facebook tracking setup.